Good morning and welcome to Torch Talk. My name is Brandy Miller and today we have with us Miss Kary Edmondson. How are you, Kary?
I'm doing great today. I hope you are.
I am. So can you give us a brief description about your position here at Richmond CC?
Sure. I am the director of K-12 partnerships, which is a mouthful. But basically what that means is if high school students take courses with us in our service area, Richmond or Scotland County, then they come kind of under my umbrella and my team helps them. So we have an early college in Richmond County, an early college in Scotland County, and then we do dual enrollment with the high schools, the two big high schools in the counties, and all private homeschools in Richmond and Scotland County. So with the high school students, our enrollment's very high. So there's a lot of high school students out here who are taking college classes.
All right. Okay, so can you explain to us what dual enrollment is and why is it important for students?
Sure. Dual enrollment it's been called a bunch of different names over the years, and now it's the most open that it's ever been, and the opportunity for juniors and seniors when they're in high school is tremendous. So if you're, like we're at the high schools now, we're meeting, talking a lot with 10th graders who are rising juniors, talking to them about what they can take, what they're going to do. And for college transfer, obviously we steer them just for those general education courses. So we talk to them about what they have to take in high school, like English and math and science. They have to take those same things in college. So we work towards getting like those English, math, things that they're going to need their first 2 years no matter where they go, what university they go to, what degree they're going to do, or if they're coming to a community college. There's those general education courses. And so we have a lot of kids who are very determined. Some I talk to about backing off because I still want them to be a kid. I still want them to enjoy their high school years. But we have about 12 or 15 high school students who actually graduate with their associate's degree when they graduate high school because they're aggressive in taking their college classes.
Right.
So typically they spend 2 blocks with us at the college, and then they spend the other 2 blocks at the high school. So they spend half their day with us, half their day at the high school, and the classes that they take with us here count dually, so it counts for their high school courses. So most of them will take their foreign languages with us, counts as high school foreign language, college foreign language. They'll take their 4th math, so it's very advantageous for them to do that. And the qualifications for that, it's not a lot. It changes yearly. Right now, I think the last 2 years, if they have an unweighted high school GPA of 2.8 or higher, it opens them up to college transfer classes.
Right.
On the flip side of that, we have a lot of students who know they don't want to go off to a university, or know that they want to go to work, they don't even want to come to the community college, or they know they want to come here. So we work with them a lot on our technical things. We have a lot of students interested in welding and machining, a lot of hands-on stuff that those kids do, and the qualifications for that are a little bit lower. But that's something that we talk to them about. We usually have, up until COVID, we're going to get back to doing that this year. We have parent nights, we have information sessions, we do orientations, we give them all this information.
Right. See, I did that when I was in high school. I think it was like my 11th grade year. I started taking a few of the dual enrollment classes, and that really helped. Like, I graduated a semester early from my school, so just taking those English classes and those math classes really do help.
Well, and it prepares them for what college is going to be like. Even if they just take one course, it gives them a taste of how a college teacher is, how a college classroom is, because it's different, totally different than in high school. A teacher's not staying on them. You've got to turn this in. You've got to turn this in. Don't forget. That's not college.
Right.
So it I think, prepares them a little bit for what's ahead.
Right. Okay, so are there qualifications that students have to meet to be considered for dual enrollment?
Well, that's that. Like I said, to do the college transfer, they have to have that 2.8 unweighted GPA, and there are different qualifications for some of our technical things, like welding and machining, criminal justice, early childhood. But then we also have our substation is real big. Electrical engineering, that's still that 2.8 GPA. So we focus on that GPA per the state. That's the guidelines they give us. But we look at, and it's not the weighted, it's their unweighted GPA.
Right. Okay, so could you list just a few classes that a student might have to take while in the dual enrollment program?
Well, typically we start them out with a lot of them want to go ahead by the time they're junior. They're ready to take that fourth high school math. So instead of taking that fourth high school math, they take math with us.
Right.
And so then they get their college math and their high school math done. So most of them will start out with a math or a foreign language. And they'll pair that with a more fun class like public speaking,
right,
art appreciation, something like that. So we start them out, we talk to them a lot about those classes. So we start them out with a few classes, and then they kind of work, once they get out here, word of mouth, talking to other instructors, other students, then they kind of know where they want to go. But it's a prescribed plan. It has to be those college core transfer classes that's in our transfer agreements that go to the universities. So.
Right. Okay, so what is the Richmond CC Guarantee?
So as a few years ago, our college put together this thing called the Richmond CC Guarantee, trying to take any barrier away from students who could not go to college. And so if you take advantage of 2 courses that we've been talking about, 2 dual enrollment courses while you're in high school, and graduate high school with an unweighted high school GPA of 3.0, and are in good standing with the 2 or more classes you take with us, and you live in Richmond and Scotland County, then you can come here for 2 years for free. Cool. So it's it's a great thing that students need to take advantage of. And it doesn't matter what those 2 classes are, as long as it's 2 courses that they take while they're in high school. So like we said, they start as a junior. Right. If they just take 1 as a junior, 1 as a senior. We've had them take 2 the last semester of their senior year because they realize, I don't want to go off to school, I want to stay here in Richmond County. So they'll take those 2 classes so they can qualify for free tuition.
Right.
So it's a great program.
It is a very good opportunity here at Richmond Community College. So, how do you encourage students to take college courses while they're still in high school?
At first, it was probably a little tougher before it was so known. And now it is, they are excited. Like, they want to. We start talking to them in middle schools, 9th grade academy, big time. Now, the last 2 years have been a little different, obviously. Yeah. We're actually just now back in the schools after 2 years. But sitting down and talking to the student and explaining things to them makes all the difference in the world. A lot of people talk at teenagers, but if you sit there and talk with them and listen to what they have to say, and then the information you give back to them on, let me tell you what you can do now that will help you in your future endeavors. That it makes a difference. Instead of just saying you need to do this, or you need to check this box. It's talking with them. We look up the schools they want to go to. We look up the degrees they want to do and where they can do it and the courses that they need. And we lay out a plan. And it's a lot of students, but we do it with every one of them. And that, to me, is what they're like, okay, they're on board. Right. We send a lot of information, like I said, out to parents. And we hold those information sessions and orientations, and they ask questions and we tell them, and it's just kind of grown from there. When you have a team, and I have a great team, when you have a team that is excited about what they do, it comes across to those teenagers in the high schools, and it makes them excited about things. And a lot of them just want to get off the high school campus too and be on a college campus. It's whatever gets them here, because once we get them here, they want to stay here.
Yes,
which is great.
Okay, so is there anything else that you would like to add that students should know or parents should know?
Well, the dual enrollment in in Richmond, it's all of North Carolina, but we specifically target Richmond and Scotland County. It's a great program that I think every high school student should take advantage of. Even if you're not university bound, that's fine. We're trying to get those students. We would love to have them after high school stay here at Richmond Community College. I tell parents and students, take some of our classes the same way you do CTE classes in high school, where you're looking into things you want to do. If you think you're interested in criminal justice, then take a criminal justice class with us. It may let you know very quickly that's not what you want to do, or it may let you fall in love with that. And they're taking this for free. I have students that say they're interested in accounting or business, and I'll tell them, take an accounting or business class with us, because the worst thing I think that could happen is going off to school and I want to do accounting, and then you pay a semester or a year's worth of accounting classes to realize you don't want that money's been wasted. Try it here.
Right.
You know, it's not a waste. You still got the credit. You're still in high school. You hadn't paid the money for it. The high schools pay for the books, and give it a try and help use that for some career exploration things. So
Right.
that's, every parent should encourage their student to at least try one class. And if it's not for them, it's not for them, and that's fine. At least they've tried it.
Right, and you're definitely right about that wasting money thing.
Yes.
Like, you don't want to waste your money or a semester's worth of classes. Like,
That you don't need, or you find out that you don't like.
yeah,
You know, so I use that's in talking with them, finding out what they're interested in, if it's something that we offer or have a beginning class in. I'll say, hey, let's do this, let's try it, let's make sure it's something you want to do. Most of the time it's going to transfer anyway, but even if it's a course that doesn't transfer, they've still done it, haven't wasted their time or their money, and it gives them a glimpse into what that career may be, or if that's something they want to pursue. So I encourage every parent and student to take advantage of this free opportunity while they're in high school.
most definitely, you got to. Well, Miss Kary, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure having you here.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right, and we'll see you guys next time.